know this storm is going to be dangerous at times. Too much wind, too much rain. But we have to factor in the fact that this is great news for the drought.
It is, but we also have to keep in mind, we don't want to get overly excited because the drought is so bad, it is so intense, and we can show you just how bad it is. The drought monitor for months and months has been showing this red. This is the most intense type of drought you can get in Central California, Northern California, and it's such a huge part of the state. Keep in mind, California is a huge state on its own and provides so much produce, or so much agriculture in this state. The effects, they ripple downstream all the way to your grocery store in New Hampshire or Florida. I mean, this is a really big deal for the U.S. with this drought. The rain coming down, yes, you hear everybody talking about every drop counts, and that is true. Getting a lot of rain does help. It does fill up the reservoirs, and if you look at the hydrologic regions here in California, it's going to take so much rain to fill the reservoirs and get us out of the drought. This is a drought that's been going for years. I mean, some places you need 15 inches of rain to get out of the drought, and if you get that over say 2 years, you're not getting out of the drought because the drought's intensifying again, and that number is going to change. So that's not, a set number that you're going to get to when you're done. That number is going to change the longer we go without reaching that number. So you have to keep that in mind. But with many areas getting 3 to 5 inches, yes, it will help. Yes, some of that rain will run off, and like we've been seeing here, runs right directly into the bay or right directly into the ocean and doesn't necessarily get into the reservoirs, but that is something that you have to consider. Every inch does count. And where we are right now, we're watching the rain go into the rocks and into the bay. Visibility has gone here, and we are looking still at some big travel issues. We're going to talk about that through the course of the day, as this rain, Jen, is going to be a slow mover. So these problems, it's not going to be a quick storm and it's out of here in a half an hour. We're looking at hours of rain for many spots, and that's what we've already seen north of here.
Yeah, Chris, I'm looking behind you, and it looks like some water is starting to accumulate. Have you heard reports of flooding? Is there any flooding yet?
What we're hearing are flooding on roads, low-lying areas, especially north around Sonoma, up in county, and that's where it's been raining overnight. It started yesterday during the day while it was still light out and we were still here. So the end of our day yesterday into the beginning of the day today, it has been raining, and that's where you're seeing the problems initially. And the problems with the rain band, Jen, will just move to the south eventually all the way to the Mexican border.